everybody, welcome back to your flight Aura 006. Today our destination will be the cinema. My name is Aura and I'll be taking care of you on this flight today. So please sit back, relax and enjoy the ride. Please pardon my voice because I have a cold and it's not feeling very good. So I decided to watch this movie the other day. The movie is The Plane. Well, not The Plane, just Plane, starring Gerard Butler. And I was watching it and I was like, what if I do like a movie review? Well, it's not gonna be really a movie review because I'm not gonna be talking about the whole movie. But what if I talk about what's realistic and what's not realistic from the perspective of a flight attendant? Huh? Maybe that's fun. Let's go.
Captain Torrance.
Yeah, sorry I'm late.
Oh, Sam Mujali. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My God, he's such a handsome
Kong, sir.
man.
Hello, gentlemen. My name's Bonnie. I'll be your chief tonight.
Oh,
Good
nice
to meet you.
Bonnie.
So this is very accurate. Now people think that flight attendants always fly with the same people, always have the same team. You know who you're working with when you go to work every day. No. The bigger the airline is, the more rare it is for you to fly with the same people. So pretty much you get introduced to your team on the day when you sign in to duty and when you walk into the briefing room. And then in the briefing room, you'll do like a quick little introduction. Your name, where you're from, maybe how long you've been in the company. And then you get to finally know and meet your team that you'll be working with for the next couple of days. Day or next couple of days, depending on how long the trip is. And you just have to kind of build the on-spot rapport with all of those people that you just met and work with them for the next couple of days, and also trust them with your life. Okay, we shall continue.
Captain Torrance, flight commander. How can I help you?
Fugitive extradition to Toronto. We'll be with you as far as Tokyo. The remaining constraints will be under my constant supervision.
Yes, a person in lawful custody. Sometimes we do fly around people that are under custody and they have been extradited to another country. So in this case, they will always be escorted by an officer, a police officer or an army officer, whichever. They will always be escorted. They will be handcuffed. The responsibility of that person lies with the escort, not with the cabin crew. The pilots and the cabin crew will be notified about this much beforehand in the briefing room. When you're discussing the flight details, that is when you'll know that you are carrying such a passenger. They can't just turn up at the door and be like, hey, by the way, we're flying with you today. No.
Hi there. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay, now I don't know, but I think this does happen in US airlines that the pilot is standing by the door and greeting customers. I'm trying to recall if I've ever seen that when I've been traveling in USA. I don't recall. However, the pilot cannot be standing there by the door greeting customers. To be honest, they have a lot of things on their hand to be doing right now. They wouldn't be standing there saying, hi, welcome on board. No. So true for passengers just to hand their dirty trash right into our hands. Yes, please go ahead and put your dirty trash in my hands when I don't even have gloves on.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Flight attendants and pilots working through all holidays. Yay! That is the reality of this job. You're going for vacation, you're going for holidays to be with your family, but we will be working up in the sky. Turbulence.
Great check on the passengers. You have control.
I have control.
Nothing to worry about, folks. Just some weather.
No. The pilot himself will not go out of the flight deck checking if the passengers are okay. That's what the crew are there for. The flight attendants would be the ones going around checking if all the passengers are okay. This is exactly why. Why would the pilot be walking around in the cabin? Now he's getting his head banged on. What if he gets incapacitated or something? That is why he would be safe in the flight deck with all his buckles, all his seatbelts strapped on.
Captain, avionics are down.
Avionics must be fried.
So avionics are the plane's electronic systems. That means navigation, communication, all kinds of displays. All of this includes into the avionics. So if the avionics are down, you're kind of blind in the air. You don't have any indications. You don't see where you're going. You don't see your route. You have no communication with anyone. A big problem.
One straight battery. That gives us 10 minutes to put her down before we lose power. Drop in an uncontrolled descent.
Planes, even when they lose power, even when they lose engines, planes are designed in such a way that they are able to glide, keep on gliding down, but they are able to glide. They're not like helicopters where if you lose your electronics or if you lose the rotor, they will just plunge down straight. But planes are designed to glide, and hopefully while gliding you could find a place to land safely.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've had Ladies and gentlemen!
Yeah, interphone is not working, so you would just have to shout, "Sit down! Fasten your seatbelt!"
We've had an electrical malfunction!
Oh, Bonnie.
Securely fastened!
Bonnie is walking around in the cabin again. Why are you walking around in the cabin when you know the plane is going down? This is a good situation where if there is access to a megaphone, planes do carry megaphones. You can use that to shout instructions.
My phone! It's not going through. Neither's mine.
Damn, I can feel that. If you think this is gonna be the end, gonna meet your creator, whoever, I'd want to send that one message to that one person. Probably my mom. But damn, I would be wishing that my phone works. Yeah. Oh god.
Sir, you must take your seat! Sit down!
Isabella, what are you doing? Isabella, you do not, in a situation like this, release yourself from the jump seat and go chasing after a passenger who's chasing after a phone. Look, if you want to chase after your phone, by all means, please go ahead. But I would not be releasing myself and compromising my safety to chase after you. Let the passengers fly away if they don't want to listen. Let them fly away. You do not release yourself from your seat or your jump seat.
Never thought I would ever have to say this. Prepare to ditch.
In any airplane emergency, ditching, I think, is the worst. Ditching is when a plane needs to do an emergency landing on water. It is not an easy feat to accomplish that. It's not just not easy, it's a miracle if you can pull it off. That is why the very few most successful ditchings that we have in aviation history are so famous. The most famous one being Captain Sully's Hudson River ditching. Ditching is one of the most extreme case scenarios, and you don't want to ever experience that in your life.
See that? Over there? That's land.
Yeah. If there's land, you want to always try and land on land, because not only are you doing an emergency landing, on top of that, you don't want to land on water, because that's just going to make the situation double emergency.
Fuel jettison. Visually confirming fuel dump.
Sometimes when you're doing an emergency landing, you have to perform a fuel dump because the weight of the fuel is too much to make that landing. They landed. They landed on land.
I need everybody off the plane now. Everybody quiet. Go to the front. Go to the front. I need you all off this plane now.
That's a pretty slow evacuation. Gotta be a bit more fast with the evacuation, open a door. Let everybody jump and slide. Smack down in the middle of the jungle.
Our main power and comms are down. Okay, so as of now, there's no way of calling for help.
What? You're kidding.
Now that is not actually accurate, because on board planes, there is a piece of equipment called the ADT, the Automatic Distress Transmitter, or sometimes it's called the ELT, the Emergency Locator Transmitter. It's basically a transmitting device that you can take out of the aircraft to send a distress signal during an evacuation. There are equipment that flight attendants are supposed to take with them. These include medical equipment, like your first aid kits, loud hailers, flashlights, survival packs, and also your emergency transmitting devices. You take them out with you, and then you later set it up so that signal can be transmitted. Most of them have a battery power of about 48 hours. There's different models of these transmitting devices. However, most of them have different wavelengths of transmitting. So the signals can be picked up by many sources. So it is not exactly true that they have no way of asking for help, because even if you don't have cell service, even if none of your phones are working, you have the ADT or the ELT, and you can start sending a distress signal.
Why can't we just stay inside the plane? It's safe and dry.
Without air conditioning, that plane is going to cook in the sun. So we're better off out here with the shelter and a breeze.
Believe it or not, flight attendants, cabin crew are taught about post-evacuation survival. In an ideal case where you have to perform an emergency landing, you would try to do it at an airport, at any nearest airport that you can make it into. But of course, like this example, you might have to just land wherever you can. So in that case, the cabin crew are given post-evacuation survival training. It's not extremely in-depth because, again, like I said, you would be trying to land somewhere near an airport where there is emergency response teams waiting for you to help you, and there's civilization nearby to support you. you wouldn't actually need to try and survive in other extreme situations. This can include desert survival, jungle survival, polar survival. Yes, for those flights that go close to the North Pole, like the US flights, or even water or ocean sea survival, because you could have maybe ditched into the middle of absolute nowhere. We have things on board called survival kits. These survival kits have certain equipment that would be very useful in case of a situation like this. For water purification, for desalinating water in case you're in the middle of the ocean on a raft, to desalinate the water and drink. There's a very tiny bit of food rations and water rations. There's emergency flares, there's signaling mirrors, there's an emergency survival manual. But yeah, maybe you're a bit surprised, but post-evacuation survival is a part of flight attendant training. So that's it for today. I'm not going to go any more forward in this movie review, because the whole part about the flight, the emergency landing and the survival is pretty much done, and that's my part. They survive, they get out of this whole situation that they're in, and it's a good movie. It's a decent movie. And if you're a fan of Gerard Butler like me, of course you're gonna like the movie. Thank you for joining with me. Please subscribe, and do let me know if you would like me to do more of this kind of aviation related movie reviews. Please do let me know, and I will see you later. Okay, thank you, bye bye. Thank you, bye bye. Have a great day. Thanks for flying with us.